Hello, welcome back to another fantasy football video. I hope everyone is doing fantastically well and enjoying all the Euros action. I know I definitely am. Today, we're going to be taking a look ahead to match day 3, specifically a wild card that you could potentially pop ahead of the match day. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you're enjoying this style of content, and let's just get straight on into this one. So, in terms of the wild card for match day 3, I think there are a couple of things that I've kind of learned from match day 2 in terms of the considerations you should have in terms of picking players. Firstly, obviously, if the teams have a good fixtures, then 100% go for them. Likes of Belgium for match day 3 playing against Finland, the likes of the Netherlands playing against North Macedonia, and the likes of Germany playing against Hungary. Definitely can target those kind of players. But also, it's been an interesting one, the likes of Ukraine and the likes of Wales. Players from those teams really performing very well, the likes of Bale, the likes of Yarmolenko, and the likes of Yarmolenko. So when kind of teams need to get a result or, need to get a win, their players tend to do quite well. And currently, right now, we're seeing Denmark beating Belgium. Currently halfway through that game. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. But it'll definitely mean that Denmark and Belgium definitely have a lot more to play for on the last day. And with that being said, I think I can recover Lukaku here because, Belgium loses game. Lukaku definitely goes into my team against the likes of Finland, as previously mentioned. And I think I will just get in the two Ukrainian boys, Yarmolenko and Yarmolenko, because, they still have something to play for. They only have one win, which doesn't 100% confirm that you are through. I think it makes it very likely that you will go through on even a kind of third place finish in the group, but it doesn't 100% confirm it. So I think against Austria, they look like they could be very, very good options. Now, in terms of the third attacking spot, for me, it's really between two players, either Kira Mobley or Depay. Depay, I think, probably has just about the better fixture playing against North Macedonia. They looked, honestly, that they could concede kind of, 4 or 5 goals in both of their games. But the pie might get rotated, and we do have the advantage of seeing the Italian team at the very start of this match day 3 an hour before. Maybe Kira Mobley doesn't even play. Maybe Belotti plays. But if Belotti plays, then I think, go and get Belotti in there. So I think with that being said, for now, I'm going to put a Mobley in there. Obviously, he may or may not play, and that easily could be Depay as well. And I think also, talking of the Italians, they look so good. So I'm going to recover Berardi, and sort of similar to him as with a Mobley, we'll wait and see if they play. If Chiesa and Belotti play, then you put those two in instead. But I think I definitely will be going with at least 2 Italians, if not 3 Italians, into this final game week playing against the likes of Wales. Although Wales, did look good in that Russia game, I still think defensively they're a bit shaky. They're a little bit shaky. So I do think, with that being said, though, that I really do like I would like a Dutch player playing against North Macedonia, because North Macedonia have looked poor. So I think in that respect, I am going to be recovering Genie Wijnaldum, putting him in there. He looks so good for the Dutch. He gets some really kind of advanced positions for them. He kind of reminds me a little bit like Ilkay Gundogan from Manchester City, making those kind of late darting runs into the box, and is the one who kind of finally pieces it all together and sticks it into the back of the net. Now, in terms of the rest of the midfielders, I think for me, Ivan Perisic, he fits that combination perfectly of playing against a poor team. In terms of Scotland, they did not look defensively good against the likes of Czech Republic, and they also definitely have something, or will have something, to play for on that final day. So I think Ivan Perisic definitely comes in here for me. Let's lob him in there. 8.5 mil, not cheap, but I do think he will do very, very well. And in terms of the last kind of midfield spot, I think I'm going to be looking towards that Germany game, specifically at Tony Kroos. I think with the rest of the German attackers, we really actually don't know who is going to play. It'd be interesting to see if he sticks with the likes of Kai Havertz, whether he moves to say, Leroy Sané, or whether he brings on Werner. It'd be interesting to say, but I think Toni Kroos is definitely one that will be in there. And against Hungary, I think he'll be a lot more advanced than he was in the game against France. So I think Toni Kroos does go in there as a kind of 7 mil punt for me. Then in terms of the defence, I'm going to recover Mechler. even if, you know, Denmark win this game against Belgium, they'll definitely still have something to play for against Russia. They were playing this kind of three-back formation, which allowed Mechler to play as kind of a left wing-back. Really bombed down that side. He had a shot saved by Courtois, and yeah, I think that he looked very, very good, bombing down that left-hand side and coming at 4.5 million for what is actually a pretty solid defence as well. The Danish defence, I think that is a very, very good price to pay for him. I'm going to be lobbing in another Belgian player. I think Thomas Meunier looks very, very attacking down that right-hand side for Belgium. Coming up 5.6 million. Definitely worth it, in my opinion. And talking of very, very attacking players, I'm going to be lobbing Spinazzola in there as well. Now, he may or may not play, but as I said with the other Italian geezers, we'll wait and see. If Emerson plays instead, then Emerson gets the spot as well. In terms of goalkeepers, I think for me, I'm definitely going to be bringing in Simon for Spain. I think Spain, you know, although if they beat Poland, they're still only on 4 points, so I think that probably does guarantee them through the group, but they probably will still, you know, want to win the group. So I think Simon will be in there for me. And in terms of the other goalkeeper, I'm looking to go really cheap for the other goalkeeper because I have Simon coming in, obviously, on the last game week, and I very much expect him to get a clean sheet. So if I go for someone like Hiradaki, or I think what could be a good punt is the Russian goalkeeper. Here we go, Safonov. I think he could actually be a pretty decent little shout. Also picked up a clean sheet against Finland, so I do think that he actually looks like a pretty decent player. And this game, you know, it could be a 0-0 with both Russia and Denmark looking for, or at least if neither of them lose, then both of them, I think, go through. Because 4 points in third place will 100%, I think, get you through. So yeah, Safonov, I think, face a lot of shots, but could potentially get a clean sheet. I do, as I say, tip Denmark to win this one, but Safonov could be a decent option. Then in terms of the last two defensive spots, we're going to be going with another Spanish defender. I thought Spain looked very defensively solid against Sweden. And the main man, Pau Torres. Look, he turned plenty of heads in that game. I think he's going to get plenty of suitors after the Euros. I think Manchester United already have shown some interest in him. So I think Pau Torres goes in there. And I think for the final defensive spot, I'm going to be looking to Germany. Obviously, playing Hungary, I think, yeah, they're most likely going to keep a clean sheet. And Gosens, in that kind of three-back formation, he was allowed to play, I guess, as a part of the five, playing left wing-back, absolutely bombing down that side. And against Hungary, obviously, could cause some damage going down that left-hand side. And this is kind of how the wildcard lines up. Currently, obviously, that Mobile spot could easily be Memphis Depay, as I've said. And obviously, with game still left to play, you never know. I could end up going with the likes of Denzel Dumfries if Austria end up putting a couple past the Netherlands tonight, and the Netherlands really need a win. Or, you know, it could end up going with a number of other players, the likes of Chiesa or the likes of Emerson for Italy. But I think as a base, Lukaku, Yarmolenko, I think Wijnaldum, Meunier, Pau Torres, and even Toni Kroos, I do actually quite like. Those are kind of the base of players that I'm kind of building this wildcard around. Now, if you have enjoyed this quick little look ahead to match day 3, a quick little wildcard to kind of hopefully help you out a little bit. Obviously, just my opinion on a few of the players. The wildcard very likely, obviously, to change with a couple of fixtures still left to go, or a fair few fixtures, as it were. But I think the majority of the players will actually stay the same. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new around here, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.